I just think you need to understand something. Ladies and gentlemen, if you collect watches, I want you to know something about the whole process of collecting watches. Number one, finding contentment, finding peace, finding watch nirvana is overrated. In fact, if you're watching this video, you might be a man. And if you're a man, well, 98% of my viewers are men. If you're a man, I want to explain to you, your hardwiring is for the opposite of contentment. You're designed to be discontent. And so knowing that, I think you should be able to have more fun. I think you take your watch collecting too seriously. I've been guilty of it. Sometimes we look over our collection and our long-term plan and our hierarchies and our subdivisions, our ecosystems of watch collecting with a certain grim-faced determination. We're like General Custer preparing for battle. We're like the Admiral preparing for the invasion of Normandy. We're like Gollum looking over the precious. We need to relax. In fact, I would say you need to just surrender and relax to who you are more than you need to look for contentment. You're never going to find contentment with your watch collection. Why? Because you're a man. And as a man, there are three things about you that are the opposite of contentment. The three things are, I call the wrecking ball effect, the hunger for adventure, and the longing for the beyond. Let's talk about those things. The wrecking ball effect. A lot of times you think you got this great watch collecting and you wake up one morning and you just want to take a wrecking ball to it. You want to start all over again. And you know what? You were like this when you were a little kid. You made a sandcastle, this huge elaborate sandcastle at the beach, and then you body slammed it. Yeah. You made a Tinker Toy thing. When I was a kid, we had Tinker Toys. You made a giant rocket ship. What'd you do? You slammed it to the ground. The wrecking ball effect. You see it later on in life with your watch collection. But it started when you were a kid. There's a song about it. You know, Phil Collins, he left Genesis. And right before he left Genesis, he wrote a song. It's called Throwing It All Away. Not a bad pop song. Not Genesis at their best. Listen to Supper's Ready. Listen to Me and Sarah Jane. Anyways, I digress. The second quality as a man that's going to make you forever discontent because you're a man is your hunger for adventure. You know what? If it wasn't for our discontent and our hunger for adventure, we wouldn't do anything. We wouldn't sail the seven seas. We wouldn't sail in shark-infested waters. You know, our ancestors, they'd be in some little cozy enclave and some sailor would knock on your door and say, "Hey, fat man, get up, come with me. Let's go to Australia. Let's go to the New Americas and find jewels." And he flashes the equivalent of a Breitling Super Avenger in front of your face. There's more where this came from. And you get up and you go on the ship because you hunger for adventure. In fact, I'm reading a book by Yuval Noah Harari called Sapiens. Probably the best book I've ever read. And he observes very persuasively that we were happier when we were foragers, when we were hunters, than when we became these fat, ugly, malnourished farmers. He argues that agriculture is the greatest fraud perpetrated on human society. Great book. Book changed my life. We're foragers, we're hunters, we're adventurers. We like adventure. We can't just be content in our little watch world. We need to move out. Who would have thought that I'm getting out of big masculine divers as I lose weight and I'm starting to look at diminutive, classy Grand Seikos with silver dials. What is going on, McMahon? You going on another adventure? Well, I don't know if it's an adventure. I'll call it a head trip. The third quality, as a man, you have this longing for the beyond. Check this out, man. 1969, summer. I'm 7 years old. I'm riding my bike after dinner, summer night, tropical night. I'm riding my bike in Venado Court, San Jose. Two buddies of mine, Billy Cantambe and Gordon War. And we're riding our bikes in the court and I look in the distance and I see a blue light flashing and I go, "Christmas lights!" And my friends, they go, "Christmas lights!" Oh my gosh, our hearts were full of longing. Christmas lights in July on a tropical rainy night. My dad says, "Jeff, get in the house, son. Come on, it's late." And I said to my dad, "Christmas lights." And my dad says, "Get in the house." For the next 2 weeks, all my father heard me say was, "Christmas lights." One day my dad said, "Get in the car." And I got in the car and we drove to the source of the Christmas lights. It wasn't Christmas lights, it was a bait and tackle shop. And the blue flashing light was a neon Budweiser sign. My dad said, "Are you cured now, son?" "No, I'm not cured. Here I am. I'm in my 50s now. I still think about Christmas lights in July because I still long for that beyond. And I think I might be looking for it in a silver dial Grand Seiko. The Christmas lights in July might not exist, but it doesn't matter because I'm a man. I want it to exist. I long for it. And as a man, I'll never be content. And so don't look for contentment in your watch collection. Just surrender to who you are as a man. Embrace the discontent. And I think you'll be better off. I think you'll have more fun with your watch collecting. Let me know what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, I'm out.